I was 14, that age when you're still figuring yourself out, when you're learning to exist through the eyes of others, especially your families. It was a summer Sunday. The garden was full of voices, laughter, folding chairs, bowls of rice salad, and grilled meat. I remember it like it was yesterday. I wore a blue dress I loved. Nothing provocative, just light, simple, with little white flowers. It was the first time I actually felt pretty, truly pretty, a bit like a woman, but still a child. I was happy. I moved through the garden, serving drinks with my cousin, laughing loud, unbothered, the way only teenage girls can. And then, he arrived. My uncle. He looked at me, head to toe. A strange silence settled around him, like some people already knew what was coming. And then, right in the middle of dinner, with everyone sitting around the long table, he dropped this. Look at how she's dressed. 14, and already looking like a little slut. Don't be surprised when something happens to her. Silence. A sick, suffocating silence. No one laughed. But no one said anything either. Some looked away. Others smiled. Faintly. Nervously. And me? I froze. My cheeks burning. My hands clammy. My heart pounding like a drum. I didn't understand. Why would he say that? Why in front of everyone? Why me? I looked at my mother. She said nothing. She looked away, as if she too felt shame. But not for him. For me. I went back inside the house, locked myself in the bathroom, and cried. For a long time. But those weren't childish tears. No, they were something else. Deeper. More bitter. That day, I think I learned what humiliation truly felt like. And more importantly, that it could come from the very people meant to protect you. That day, my uncle stole something from me. My lightness. My innocence. My right to simply exist without being judged. And that, I never forgot. Years passed. And his humiliations became routine. At every gathering, he had his jab. Always timed perfectly. Always in front of others. Another boyfriend already? You go through them like chewing gum. You should do a retreat in a convent. Might learn some decency. Look at her. The family's little star, with her bargain bin degree. Each phrase was a blow, but I stayed quiet. Out of respect. Out of fear. Out of loneliness. And him. He thrived. Married, 2 kids, a nice house. A gentle, loyal, respectable wife. A reputation as a man of honor. Untouchable. Until that night. I was leaving work. It was raining. I walked fast, head down. And then, I saw him, my uncle, hand in hand with a woman. Not his wife. Someone else. Younger. Dressed up. Far too intimate. They walked into a hotel. No hesitation. I froze. Heart pounding. Throat tightening. I pulled out my phone. Snapped a photo. Then recorded a video. Living proof of who he really was. Not a pillar. Not a role model. A hypocrite. I held on to it. For a long time. Didn't know what to do with it. But every time he humiliated me, it burned a little more. And then one day, he went too far. Did you see her last photo? She's not my niece anymore. She's a walking porn ad. That day, something inside me snapped. It wasn't just anger. It was dignity. Refusing to stay down. That was it. I was done being quiet. The next dinner, everyone was there. A big table. Laughter. Hot dishes. Warm, cozy atmosphere. He started again. Naturally. As always. So, how many guys have you slept with since January? We should keep a notebook. It'd be fun. I put my fork down. Slowly. And I stood up. And for the first time, I took up space. You want to talk about loyalty, uncle? About respect? You want to humiliate me again? In front of everyone? He laughed, cocky. Oh, here comes the drama queen. Sensitive much? No. I've just kept my mouth shut for too many years. I turned to his wife, his children, and I pulled out my phone. You want to know what your husband's worth? I connected the phone to the TV and hit play. There he was, kissing that woman, laughing with her, calling her baby, booking a hotel room. Silence in the room. Some looked away. Others stared. And his wife. She didn't cry. She just stood, calm, with dignity. She spoke in a quiet, sharp voice. How long has this been going on? He said nothing. She raised an eyebrow. I gave you 20 years of my life. I believed in you. I believed in this family. And you do this? And still judge my niece? He tried to speak, but she cut him off. Don't come near me. Don't talk to the kids. And don't ever sit at this table again. His children followed her. One of them looked him dead in the eyes. "I used to admire you. Now, you disgust me." They left. All of them. And he sat there, alone, blank-faced. He whispered my name, but I didn't even look at him. I just said, "You can't spend your life stepping on others and expect no one to pull the mask off one day." Since that night, he hasn't come back. His wife filed for divorce. His children cut him off. No home, no family, no reputation. He lives now in a small apartment, somewhere on the outskirts of town. One of those places where neighbors don't say hello, where the curtains stay closed all day, and loneliness echoes off the walls. He has nothing left. No wife, no kids, no family invitations, no table to sit at, no voices to wish him happy birthday. He wanders outside, alone. I ran into him once, by chance. He was walking slowly, shoulders hunched, eyes on the ground, like he was afraid the world might still recognize him. But no one looks at him anymore. He's invisible now, one of those men who were once everything, and now are nothing. He saw me. I know he did, but he didn't lift his head. He didn't dare. And me, I didn't stop. Not out of vengeance, out of necessity, because some things no longer deserve a single word. Sometimes, people ask me if I regret it, if maybe I should have stayed silent, if I could have handled it differently. But what they don't understand is that he tore me down for years. And that night, the night I exposed it all, I didn't destroy him. I reclaimed myself. Today, I live. I laugh. I stand tall. Not perfect, no, but whole, free, and most of all, at peace with myself. Because in the end, what we think we lose by telling the truth is nothing compared to what we gain when we finally stop being silent. And sometimes, the silence we break is the one that finally makes us feel alive.